ready or not, ready or not, ready or not, ready or not, ready on, 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 ready, 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 ready or not, here I come. You can't hide. Kitty bird go. I hope you gonna know, oh baby. 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 Ready or not, here I come. Ready or not, here I come. Ready, 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 ready or not, here I come. Ready or not, here I come. Ready or not.
Okay, happy Friday. Okay, we're in the Friday morning, but welcome everybody. Salute everybody out there. I'm looking at my first responder. Okay, it's one of my favorite people by request 99. Thanks for dropping in. I took this moment to actually go live, you guys. I'm still like, trying to still time and stuff like that. I believe like now, especially that I'm motivated and I was up already, like it would be a good time. And then I like around this time, I wouldn't have to warn you guys about my phone ringing like I have been doing recently or whatever. But it still could ring for probably for two reasons. One, if there was a medical emergency, which I doubt that's going to happen because everything seems to be fine. And a booty call. the second option would be a booty call. Okay, so none of that is going on, you guys. Okay, so I'm over here in drought season. All right. And I urge anybody in the skybox, in the clouds, drop down as well and engage with me in the chat. There's a few things I would like to cover. I am here for Latasha Phillips. This is someone that I learned of in the sector, whatever. I am there for her, but of course my entire life is not going to be about her. I had some channel business I would like to do, and it happens like I don't know, like roughly every 30 days as we go through a new astrological sign. So we're now in Pisces or whatever. So if there's anybody who's a subscriber of mine, and shout out to my new subscribers, okay? I picked up a few subscribers. Shout out to you guys. But if you're a subscriber of my channel and you happen to be a Pisces, please in the comments of this live, just simply say I am a Pisces or I'm a Pisces. Let me know because I like to highlight these things on my community board. I do it for each and every astrological sun sign. Okay, so let me know you guys. And what is up, Bronze Flat Power Guy? How are you? So yeah, that's the first thing. So I wanted to talk about a few things that's been going on in the sector. I haven't been live as frequently as other people go live or whatever. I wanted to just give my thoughts on that whole colorism thing, and I'm not going to the colorism topic, and I'm not going to go deep into it, but I feel like it has a place here, and for good reason. Why? Because we're in a predominantly, I guess, black space on the internet, and a lot of people here happen to be colors. So that's why I feel like it has a place. You know, when we say well, let's bring it all out. Well, let's bring it all out, including the calling out of colors. You know, so if we keep a hub or a space for colorists, then to me it only makes sense that the issue of colorism will come up and people should call it out as long as it's here. That's how I think. That's how I'm hardwired to think. So I do think it has a place. I'm not tired of hearing it. From me, I'm on the opposite side of that. I think it doesn't come up enough. I believe the topic does not come up enough, especially with the disgusting shit I hear you guys doing in terms of thinking that you're reading, thinking that you're dragging, that type thing, and thinking that you're beefing. When a lot of times you're just showing yourself hate. And yeah, people give you a pass for that. And sometimes saying, trying to shame people who bring it up or who call out any ism, that whole thing to me comes off as weak and manipulative. It's very manipulative. Really, the shaming should go towards the colors. And I mean, this is not like a big issue to me, but I just wanted to put it out there because I've heard people talking about how they think it came about, and they think like it's an outgrowth of racism. But no, I tend to think differently from what I understand of history. I actually believe that racism actually comes from colorism. I believe colorism was the aid that produced racism. Um, yeah, like among groups. But lighter skin, even if you're even if your desire is not to be white, but lighter skin, even historically, seems to be something that a lot of different groups around the world seem to have elevated. So even if it didn't go into futurism, but I definitely think it went into complexion and hair types. But yeah, so yeah, that's how I see it. And I don't see it as strictly a black on black thing. I've heard people talk about that earlier. No, you see this among Asians, and those in that culture with the whiter skin. You even see it's not uncommon to find bleaching creams like even among them. And sometimes the goal is not to be white, but it's to be brighter than all the others, or most of all the others. That seems to be a thing. You can see that among the darker Indian people. Okay, I'm talking about Eastern Indians. I'm not talking about people in this country, whatever that people call Indians. So yeah, um, those are my thoughts on colorism. And I don't think it comes up enough with all the crazy shit I be hearing. And I'm like, some of you guys talk like you don't know you're black. Um, so I'm like, damn, like that shit that I hear from non-blacks when they say it, and it's heavy in Hispanic culture with colorism and shit like that, like how they regard and treat the darker people, and how they're free, like they're free, like if you look, if the Puerto Ricans that I've come, like in my city, there's a lot of Puerto Rican people. And if you come across them, like those are people that you have to check. Like even when they thinking that so-called being civil towards you, but they freely like use like slurs for dark skinned people, and they just like freely do that shit, and they won't know that you ain't okay with it until you check them. Same thing with their use of the N word. You know, and I had and this when I say recently, this was like in 2022. Like I had this big thing with a Puerto Rican that expressed an interest in me. And he referred to me by the N word. And I respectfully told him that I'm not that, and for him not to ever refer to me as that. And I said it respectfully. He wanted to cop an attitude and was like, yo, you kind of like high strung and tripping. Nah, you bugging. You bugging. I'm like, I should just put in that directive and put in that order, and it should be met. Like, why are you questioning me about like my rejection of this N-word thing that you're doing? And I'm not even okay with y'all using it for real, for real. A lot of these terms, I don't know if it's the proliferation of hip hop and it being a global force today, and they hear it in the music and shit like that. But it's people that's not even connected to that term that have it as part of their vocabulary. Like, and it's just like, how are you over there in Australia saying this shit? Like, when they had no history or background with it, I think it's offensive as fuck. But they'll try you up until you correct them, and they honestly assume that you identify as that, even if they never even seen you do that. I'm like, why are you? Yeah, like you should have known that I'm the last person to do that with. Like you never seen me refer to myself as that or anybody else. Because people are quick to tell you that all black people do something. That's some bullshit. Actually, that's kind of racist. Because like how black people are deemed as like this homogenous group, and we're not given the leeway and the privileges and the respect that other groups get. Like it's just not being one. You know, not all doing the same thing. We're like the only group that people say, well, all of you guys know. I'm like, no, you never heard me say that. But there's this whole assumption that all of us do. So not all, not all. Let's see. Agree, e-commerce. Let me read this. Agree the conversation should take place. However, based on recent videos, the subject matter never progressed with panels when individuals carry unresolved disagreement or beef. Yeah, it's probably no resolution. But I don't really think it's too many. I put it like this because I grappled with this topic for many, many years, which is why I know about it. Like I didn't learn it on YouTube. I came on here talking this way, and that's another assumption that someone made. Um, I do know the name, but I don't want to put a name on the someone. But she had said that no one really cared to speak about this topic until she did. That's some bull. Since my beginning on here, that was a topic that I would engage in, and I still do. I just don't beat people down with it because I have a lot of things. Like I'm not a one trick pony. You know what I mean? Like I'm multi-dimensional. So it's a number of things I can do. I could actually produce content where you don't hear my voice. You know? So I do a number of things, but yeah, but here I'm used to it not like it never has any solution because here's the thing: like racists don't want to accept that they're racist and don't want to be called out that way. The same applies to colorists. You know, so you and you do get to hear some ridiculous arguments on the I'm tired of hearing the topic of colorism people. You know, like because a lot of them deny the existence of it. Some of them are denials. You know what I mean? And to me, that runs along the side of willful ignorance. You know what I mean? And yeah, and like even recently, people been saying reverse colorism, but that's not how it works. Like if you actually read up on what colorism is and what it includes, you know, and you know how it works, you know, like it really is no reverse of it. There's no reverse sexism. There's no reverse racism. There's no such thing as reverse colorism. And some people, they're too fragile to accept that concept. That it's not going to include everybody in these isms. You know what I mean? It's really going to include and have a sharp focus on those who sit at the bottom. That's what it's going to do. Because that's the further way that you get from whiteness. Like it really is predicated like in proximity to whiteness. It really is. And you know, I just hear a lot of gaslighters on that shit, but I do want to leave that topic. So I touched on it. I don't want to forget all that I came on here for. So I mentioned about the Pisces. If you're a Pisces, please let me know in the comments of this live. Okay, we touched on colorism. Okay, I want to touch on Brianna. She had a discussion with VS. It was some days ago, you guys. I haven't been live. I just been uploading. And I'm trying to remember who so was it on VS? Maybe it was on no. Well yeah. I think it was two-part because I think VS had came to her platform the day before, so the next day she went on VS platform. That's when the whole thing about the banter that took place between VS and Grumpy Gums. I'm talking about old glitter boots. Y'all know I'm talking about Jurassic Sissy. That old gummy mouth motherfucker. So they had a little banter. They went back and forth. I didn't count the minutes, but like in catching up with that live, I watched it from the sky about you guys. I can see that VS had an issue with Brianna and the length of time that she was off or not responding, whatever. Brianna spoke her piece, and well, in the times when she was allowed to speak, I do believe she was being cut off. A lot of people tend to do that with it. When it's her time to speak, they're like talking over her or something. But all of her shit made sense to me. And a lot of what she said was consistent. Even her showing, I believe that before she even showed the app, it was like towards the end before she dropped off the stream yard. She actually showed the apple juice bottle. To me, I guess some people needed that. It's hard proof, but like, I was convinced even before then because like all of her like her math was math. Like a lot of her shit made sense, and I do realize there's some people who don't like her, but I'm still listening for truth. Like that's how I log. I'm listening for like truth, and I actually saw more inconsistencies on the S part. You know what I mean? Like in how things that I question that appear and comes off to be insincere and fake on her part. I can mention those things and outline those things that I see. But it's interesting, like those people who do not like Brianna, they talk about how slow she is because they know she's a big girl. As she put it, I'm a big bitch. And they know she's a big woman. And they do jokes on her all the time, like, oh, she's so big, it takes her like 365 days to turn around or some shit like that. And then when she actually gives you an example and what she did move slow and took breathers in between, no one believes it. Here's the thing. Had none of that went down and it took her a minute to do that task of leaving her apartment, going downstairs to the parking lot, going to the car, and picking up a case of juice and bringing and breathing in between, taking that time and taking it back upstairs, which means that she's going to go back up the steps slower than she did going down. That's just natural, you know. And if you're a big woman, like you can see that, you know. But I'm saying that she did that whole feat and came back on the stream yard. If she did that in 60 seconds, no one would believe her. They would call her a liar. But when she actually take the time that y'all drag her on by saying she's so big that she's slow, you know, when it's convenient for y'all to spread that shit, you know. When I say y'all, I'm not talking about people in my chat, but it's like a lot of people that speak against her, and we hear this shit like all the time. But now it's not believable. Here's the thing. This is all suspicion, even on my part, and I guess on other people's part who said that she was lying. I just know that I didn't hear any reasonable explanation about why people think that she was lying. You know, that would change, you know, my view of it. But I think she was telling the truth. What was VS inconsistent about? Quite a few things, actually. One thing I heard, but I'm gonna put this out before I forget, but this don't relate to her and Brianna conversation. But one thing I heard, and I didn't see, but I heard she was saying that she's gonna just sharply focus on the B sector and kind of like that she adopted the attitude of like later for the black sector. I find that weird. I find that weird as shit. Like when she took her ass over to Octavius and was like, I don't think you were being a good friend to Rob Rat. Like we all remember that conversation. Like, so like you're in the black sector shit when you do that. So you just can't, you gotta pick a struggle and you gotta be consistent. And like when I feel like she's being fake, I feel like I can see it clear as day. That's it, that's all. And of course I don't like the feeling of people playing in my fucking face. You know what I mean? And another thing where she wasn't consistent at is that right before she I guess had that lie that she did was reaching, I guess it was yesterday or some shit, where she was addressing Bree, and I think the title kind of read something like this, you guys. I'm not quoting, I'm doing my best to paraphrase. But it says something like, this is the reason why I'm leery, that I'm leery of Brianna. It's interesting that she said that hours before she asked Brianna to do the Mets Express. So one of them was a lie. Either you're not so leery of her if you want to do the Mets Express, Or when you offered that to her, you weren't sincere. It was some type of test or some type of play to see how she was responding. And you probably was taken aback when she was open to the idea and happy and actually in message with you and saying, yeah, I think I've been thinking all along we should have brought it back. You know what I mean? So and then hours, literally hours after that, you're saying this is the reason why I'm leery of her. Is this a new Larry? Because you were just asking for her partnership, you know? So yeah, that was a whole proposition. So it's like, what are you doing? So that's another inconsistent. It's to me, it's just something to question. I don't know why people can't be consistent. Hey, what is up, Barry Carey? It's good to see you. Okay, got my little line out of ball. Oh yeah, Carrie, I'm glad you dropped in. Okay, because now you're going to catch up to something, and some of it has to do with your platform, which is the last thing that I'm going to touch on. So I think I'm done with that. Wait a minute, I think somebody is yeah, they're trying to join. Let's see. Okay, if I can get this right. You need all right. Don't fuck me up on StreamYard because you like to mess with. And we're not gonna do that. Come on. Okay. So good, good, good. I haven't I haven't had anyone click such add to stream.
Hey, y'all, man.
Let me put my headphones on.
Can you hear me?
How are you, Gary?
Hey, good morning. Hey, y'all, man.
Hey, hey, hey. How's my audio?
Yeah, I can hear you. It's okay.
Okay. Let me look over to the chat. Just give me a second. You know how we do.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Days you had less to do. 14 minutes and more to do with is picking. Okay, right. Let me finish reading. Shit, where did it go? Oh, wait a minute, huh? CX question. Praying guy kills someone. What? She replied. Okay, right. Good point. Okay, so I'm not the only one in the skybox. I'm learning. Okay, let's see. Right. Okay. Hey, how are you, Sister Crystal? It's good to see you. Sister Crystal. Okay, let me take this down. You should be fine, Carrie. Okay, so I did run into something, but did you come up to say anything in particular?
Oh, well, I just got up and I saw that you're live.
Mm-hmm.
I thought, so I came in like a minute or two ago, but I tend to agree with you about that lady there playing in people's faces. I don't know what else
Mm-hmm.
you spoke about before I came on. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
And please, my apologies if I sound like a frog, because I literally like just got up, and I checked and I saw you were online. So excuse my sound or anything. And hey to everybody in the chat. Thank you for being over here, and also remember to hit the like button while you're here. I agree with you, Yamain.
Right. I do believe that she was.
Especially. I'm
I'm
sorry.
on a little delay, but I do believe that she was like, you know, the best thing I can compare it to is when people say like strategic moving, and I believe
Exactly.
that. Yeah, I believe like the fight was something she was going to do, and honestly,
She
I
had
believe
already planned that.
right, and right. But
Yeah, because
I didn't know that she was going. Okay, so when she gave Brianna that proposition about bringing the Mess Express back, I didn't know that she was going to do the fight hours after that. I was thinking I would have to wait some days.
oh, it was the same day. It was the same day.
It was less than
Remember?
24. When I say
Oh,
hours, it was less than 24 hours.
so 1 second. When she asked for her to do the reunion for the Mess Express, was it on that same live that ZX was let up on the panel? Was that the same live?
See, I don't be remembering those details because I be like so focused
But
on the words.
um,
So I can't
no,
remember
the
that.
thing, you had already planned to do a whole reunion and stuff. Then you were talking, and she is the one. If I remember correctly, she's the one who told Brianna, no, 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 you can let him up. Wasn't she the
Right,
one who told him? Told her?
right.
Right. So you told Brianna to let her up, to
Because
let him up, and then when he comes up, it didn't go in your favor.
right,
You didn't know it was gonna go that direction. Maybe you felt slightly embarrassed because of what happened. And then instead of saying that, like having a whole discussion about that with Brianna,
right.
you didn't do anything much, but you decided to go back and think about what you're gonna do, well, how you were
And
gonna pay her back.
and without him saying anything to her, I don't believe she had called him gay. So what did she think his response was going to be? You know,
Exactly. So they were both
um,
vile in what they were saying.
mhm.
His words hit a little bit harder because I don't think he should have at any I don't think he should have even brought up something like that she experienced when she was a child. You know what I'm saying? But I guess when people are arguing, they try to find the worst thing they could possibly say about people so they could hurt each other. But
Yeah,
he did not need to go there. He did not need to go
especially
there.
with glitter
That
boots,
was
he's
what.
deplorable.
Excuse me. Go again.
I said, especially with glitter boots, he's deplorable, according.
Yeah, he tends to go really low when it comes to females. He tends to do that. I don't know how it makes him feel when he speaks that kind of way about female. Well, he does that about everybody actually, because he speaks badly about. He's so homophobic. He is. He is.
I know.
1 minute he's like okay and he's preaching love and stuff, and the next minute he's talking about what he do to people, to them and stuff. But I'm like, if it is that you're not in agreement with
But in his
his
mind,
lifestyle,
like it's like
he still
his
doesn't.
homophobia is like right in your face, right? And it's overt, but it seems like he's convinced that it's covert and like stealth because he don't. That it's the irony, like when he denies it, like he really don't think that he's homophobic.
He
Shit's
is
crazy.
homophobic. He is. Matter of fact, I understand that not everybody is gonna share the same views or think it's okay. But at the end of the day, you gotta let people live their own lives. You can't change shit. Leave it alone. People are supposed to love who they love, do whatever they want to do, and if you think that it's wrong, leave it up to the Almighty. Let the Almighty deal with that shit, not you.
like
You know
like
you.
even the statement that I guess he put in the chat or whatever, because that had came up. But he had said God doesn't work that way. That's still his dogma. Like he should let those people have that. However, they said God works like that's what they know. And everybody here is not a Christian. And everybody with a belief in God don't follow religion. Some people have a belief in God simply because they're spiritual. And it don't follow any organized religious
Religion.
system. With yeah, like with this uniform thing, like everyone who joined it must do this. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't even know where he gets that from, but he's very dogmatic and ill informed. It's crazy.
And that is one of the reasons why most people will say they're spiritual than religious, because if you're going to be a part of a religious group and it preaches hate and stuff, who wants to be a part of it? You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that people should, you know, not, I'm not saying that people should want to move away from their traditional values. Everybody has a right to their thinking, their opinion, their culture, their religious beliefs. It's fine. But you don't come on here trying to bully people down into thinking the way you think, and, you know, you coming on here chastising people and stuff. Is my audio okay, y'all, man?
Yeah, I just turned my device up.
I think my volume is low. And again, I'm sorry, I just woke up. Yeah, so he is too
The
nice,
best
guy.
part of waking up is not having Donald Trump. The caffeine.
My eyes are barely open, y'all, man. When you get up, the first thing you do is look at your phone, and I'm like, did I miss y'all, man? Because I dropped down in the chat, and I'm like, he didn't respond. Does this mean the live has ended? I went out and I came back, and you were still in. So I said, okay, let me just come up here real quick.
Well, you know I'm a male, so the first thing I do upon waking up, I shake out my foreskin.
Oh, ooh. I
It
normally
collects
tap the.
dust. Yeah, it collects dust overnight.
Ooh, ooh. I normally tap the phone to see the time. That's my thing. Uh, and there you are. But I am in agreement with let's stop. By request did say that she replied he's gay and stuff. And then I'm seeing right here that she said it was placed on her community wall. But at the same time, you're okay the day before you're saying you're cool with her, you're okay, you want the beef sector to be cool again and stuff. You remember her saying that, Yamaine, how she wants people things to go back to how it used to be and people don't have to, you know, be calling the cops and involved in the law. And that's one of the reasons why she even was trying to work this stuff out with Skillet and James. You realize? So I'm like, how do you move from there to coming back and then saying, um, then you come back and you want to argue and start falling out with people. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I
How
didn't
do
know
you
that she
move
would
from
be so
there?
vulnerable and fragile about Z. And
Yeah,
he really got in her head. I guess she don't know that he's a piece of shit here, and I guess she don't know
yeah.
that. And like
How else did she think it was gonna go when she asked him to come up?
and
Even
I
if
thought he
yeah,
was
man.
lying. I like when he was going back and forth. I thought he was just making shit up on her because I don't really know any like background about it. So, but for it to have landed, and okay, so what I'm calling it landed like was her response to it. It seemed like she was like internalizing what he was saying. She should know better than to listen to him. Does she know that he's trash here? Like he's trash.
Hmm. Yeah, but nothing. No, no. The conversations that I've seen for the few that I've seen on here with him, he acts like a nice guy. He love bombs you when he's just coming over and stuff. But at the end of the day, he always ends up disrespecting people's platforms. He always does it. I
And it
remember
really
when he
don't take long.
first.
It really don't
Yeah,
take long.
you know when he just started coming over this side. You remember. You remember the first
Yeah.
couple panels he's been on. He came on as the sweetest person. Oh, I remember. I really do. Because I
Wait a
remember
minute.
talking to
Wait a
him
minute.
when
You
he
said
just
he was.
started.
You said the first panel. What was it? Where?
No, I'm saying the first few panels that he came on when he
Oh
was
yeah,
over
you're
here,
right.
when
You're
he
right.
just started. I
I
was
thought
over
you
there.
tried to put him over here. I'm like, I don't know.
No, over by the beef sector. And
Yeah.
he love bombs you so you feel like he's interested in stuff, and then after that he just starts spewing hate and stuff. And he's basically over here to collect info and stuff and, you know, have material for when he's ready to go off on people. That's what he does. And
Hmm.
even if he does have good qualities about him, the way he talks about women and gay men over here when he does come, if people were supposed to try to like him, they cannot because of
Yeah,
how
like when he gets on
he's that
panels and shit
guy.
like that. When he gets
He
on
goes
panels,
off.
when he's saying hello, he'll use like a pet name for like the women. Did you catch that? They would like, and he really only addressed the women too. Like he can get on the panel, and it could be like three men there and two women. He would be like, "Hello to the ladies on the panel."
So he
Leave the
comes
fuck
off as a
alone.
ladies' man. What a contrast! One he's always coming off as this good guy, the ladies' man, all of that stuff. But then at the same time, why is he always berating them, belittling them? Why does he always do that? I don't know. It's like
He
he
seems to
wants
be
to disrespect
unnecessarily combative and like a contrarian,
with
and
always females.
he's a gaslighter. He's a big ass gaslighter.
And I think he turns he's up to. I don't know. It's all everything on here is like a game for some people. So he turns up and he does all of that for the attention and the possible fact that he could go over back to his channel and use that as content, or to get some more subscribers. Everything on here is calculated by people for numbers, for clicks, for views, for monetary gains. It's just all a game. And whenever they click these links or drop in these chats, it's like they come up with a persona. They already know what they're gonna do. You see what I'm
Hmm.
saying? And YouTube has actually turned some of these people into monsters. You know, basic. Some of them were already, but
Remember
it's
the other day that Connie had brought up people auditioning for Mars, and I had asked the question, "Give me an example." She provided some good ass examples, so I was like, "Oh, it was so clear." It's like, yup, because that's what you're looking at a lot of times. That is what you're looking at. So you have to pose a question like, are they auditioning? But tonight someone was lobbying for my attention, so I'm gonna catch you up on it because some of it I'm gonna go back to your platform and you're gonna remember some of this shit, and some of the shit you probably won't remember because you probably didn't come over here to see how I respond. Okay, so tonight I was in modding over in Tracy's camp, and the Latasha Phillips, who went back and forth with me some months ago on your platform when I was
hmm
on the panel and she was in the audience. And
right.
what I had said then was, you had said hello to her, and I said, and I think you may have said, "Do you know her?" And I said, "No, not like that, but we did have words before." And I went back to what those words were, and what I said was when I first became a content creator over in Brianna's. I believe it was Brianna's shed. She was over there, and she had told me that she just subscribed to. This is what she said. That doesn't mean that she did, but this is what she told me. She said, "I just subscribed to you," and then she had like some question behind it. So sometimes people can say something nice to you so that you feel dedicated to answering the question. You feel what I'm saying? Like, especially when they never spoke to you before, and that was the case with her. So her question was, well, she had two questions. Her first question was, um, no, 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 yeah. She said, "Do you claim the B sector?" And I said, "Yes." I responded, "Yes, I claim the B sector." And then her second, her follow up question was, "Why do you claim the B sector when you're not from the B sector?" Which is some weird ass shit. Because come August of this year, and that's about approximately a little over 5 months from now, I'll be here 5 years, and everybody knows me. So I'm thinking like, is she not from the B sector? Like even to say some shit like that. So when I had brought it up on your platform, then you were there and you could remember she was calling me a liar. And I was just like, hold up. Like, if you don't remember what you said and what you done, like, say that. But to call me a liar is crazy. And like to be unrealistic, in my opinion, she was being unrealistic when she demanded, well, show me it. But then on your platform, I said, well, I can't show you it now if I'm on the platform, you know, and over here as part of this topic and this thing. And I said, and she said, well, what is the title? You even asked me what was the title because you assumed that her name was not that her name was in the title. And I said, no. I said I could have said like a word, but then right after that, my next live, I found it and I brought it all the receipts. I played it back because she was like, you did not address me on your channel. Yes, I did. So that was my proof of what it was that I said. So I played the proof where I said her name, Latasha Phillips, and that she confronted me and questioned like what, and she even went as far as to like suggest like I wasn't from the B sector, so therefore I was clout chasing it. Now I'm claiming it, and I'm like, what? Like I've been here like most in most in longer than most of the viewers who are listening to us. And and content creators. And some people came in here as content creators, like years after I've been here.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
and they came in that way. Like they didn't do the from subscriber to content creator transition. They didn't do it. They came in becoming a content creator. But yeah, so I provided that proof. So now I'm gonna bring you up to yesterday. So yesterday, remember and keep in mind when she was calling me a liar, although she was doing a liar, remember she said she don't remember ever saying those things to me and she don't know who I am. That was her whole position. Well, tonight in Tracy's she repeated the same thing that she denied on your platform, which was I'm not from the B sector. And also she lied
When was this?
tonight. Yeah, like tonight in Tracy's. Yeah, like I'm a little more quicker now. Like with doing these lives, I used to have to construct this shit overnight. So I got like as soon as Tracy live ended, I got the word to be to prepare myself to go live and address this shit. And so that lets me know she wasn't over in your platform when she was saying, "Oh, I never said that." She knew she said that because why would it come up? So
Oh.
she was lying to us and playing in our face then. And also,
Oh.
I know here's a pattern that I'm making connections with. Other people may not make connections with it. I mind for you. Um, that day she was kind of suggesting I was kind of doing something to her or against her, and what is that? She was accusing me of lying on her, like for no reason. Like up until I had to come with the receipts. Of course, I couldn't bring it then and there like she asked me to, but she didn't come to my channel to see what I revealed to the receipts that I revealed to my audience. Like, and she didn't show up for that. So I noticed, like, oh, okay, she's one of them people that disappear because of her ego. Like, cause that you see what I'm saying? Like, she called me a liar, and it came out that she was lying. So, but then tonight, what she said over in Tracy's, it lets me know that when she was calling me a liar over on your platform, she was consciously lying on me, and she knew that she was lying. So this is so weird to me. Because she said that I wasn't from the B sector, and Tracy was like, "What are you talking about?" Because this before she said my name, and she was like, "Who are you saying is not from the B sector?" And then rather than saying y'all main, she said MF. And so that to me, she was like, "Y'all main," and so but she had said that I had addressed her and referenced her, but when you look at the beautiful beam footage, just like over in your shit, you don't see that I addressed her. So what had happened was during Tracy commentary, she had mentioned a black mannequin that she has that's black that she put her wigs on. And she said, but the eyes are white. And she said sometimes when she like walk into a room real fast, she'll see it real quick and it will look like a scary image of like of a person or you know what I mean? Like something that was starting. So my response to Tracy in that timing was put tape. You know how we put tape over the lens so we don't have screen slips or whatever.
Mhm.
Are you here, Carrie?
I'm listening. Yeah, I'm listening.
Yeah.
I'm just muted while I listen.
Oh my bad. So I had said, why don't you put tape? You should put tape over the eyes. And just from that, Latasha Phillips had told Tracy that I was bothering her. I did see the comments where she was like, "Your ma is like fucking with me and bothering me." And I was like wondering like who was messing with her. Not even thinking she was talking about me. She was talking about me.
Oh no.
Wait a minute, and then you have to know and misunderstood got misunderstood was trying to be diplomatic. And she got the shit all fucked up. But that's how I got it fucked up over on your platform when that happened months ago. Because I was like, it was a misunderstanding. No, I'm
Yeah.
now realizing that this is all concocted by this woman. She think that she's doing something. She's lobbying for my attention. And I
That's
still have not, I'm sorry,
no. You can go ahead. I'll wait till you're done.
and I still have not dragged her yet. But she's like truly lobbying for my attention and it's purposeful. Like it's all like deliberate. Like and I but misunderstood kind of said that from the chat. I guess kind of ease tensions and shit like that. But I was so calm this time because I'm on to her. And I've been logging her like because a lot of the other people that I told y'all like every time I get into banter is someone fucking with me. But she was like,
Usually.
yeah, but the commonality I seen she was trying to say that I was doing something to her on your platform, who I mod for, which was me lying on her. But then tonight on Tracy's platform, who I mod for, she was saying I was fucking with her. Also, when you look at her last message, I'm sorry, the prior message, like before she came out accusing me of shit, there's no way she could even think that I was talking about her. That's the whole point. When I said tape on the eyes, but she tried to pull that off like, oh, I thought that was in reference to me. But if you look at her prior message, there's no way it even fits. You see what I'm saying? And then like the fact that I don't even know what the fuck you look like who are you on Large March? You see what I'm saying? Like how would that apply to you? I don't even know what you look like. You
When
know what
when
I
this
mean?
first when this first happened, do we got ooh ooh?
Yeah, like do she look like Large March? That's my question because
When
there's
this
no way that I'm sorry. Go ahead.
when this first happened over by my channel, I was like, maybe she was, like confusing you with somebody else. So I was saying, no, that's Yamaine, because with her, she's been here, she's been around for a while. So I was surprised that she didn't know who you were, because you've been around. You people, even you click on panels because you're over Duchess. I've seen you. Did you over Spilly Boy? And you've just been around in the chats. You've been modding for a while for Tracy. So I'm just saying that I thought at the time when it came up that she just was, maybe have gotten you confused with somebody. So I was trying to
Yeah.
say like, that's Yame. You've been
But
around.
I was
So
in disbelief. Like when I was on the panel talking
yeah,
to her, and
and
she
she
was like chatting, and she kept calling me a liar over and over again. I was like, wait a minute, excuse me, no, you're a liar. Like I was telling her I'm gonna match your energy. Like how you gonna lie on me and call me like? But remember, she also denied the conversation. She said I never spoke to you. Well, how do you come to do tonight the very thing that I accused you of doing, which was saying I'm not from the sector? It's the same shit, and she denied it to you, and now she's doing it tonight. That means I was correct the whole time. She did it again. She just repeated it. That's all she did. And it's a reason that she's doing this. And I'm gonna tell you, among certain people, they think I be making shit up. But I mention all the time that it's people that try to block me out over here. She's one of them. But I normally mention it with Pastor because he's another person who lies and say he don't know who I am. But yet he copped the whole same gender loving phrase from me. He learned that from me. So definitely he
you're
knows who I
you're
am.
you're actually the first person
Yeah.
I heard saying that on here. I've always
Yeah.
said that because once I started hearing the pastor say it, I'm like, didn't y'all mean say that? But I'm like, okay.
And I don't know what people think they're doing when they do this, but it's like numbers of people that would like lie and be like, I don't know who he is. And of course they don't know me personally, but that's never the question. When we say, do you know of a person, we mean have you seen them around? Are you familiar with the person's screen name? That's it. That's all.
I have seen that
Yeah.
happen even with me, and I'm like, but at the end of the day, I have seen and heard people say, oh, they say, oh, Carrie or very Carrie. I don't know who that person is. And I'm like, bitch, you know who I am. But at the same time, I'm not looking for validation over here, so I'm not looking to be well known or okay, you know, I'm not looking for any type of approval or
Right.
anything from any like content creator. I'm just here doing myself and doing whatever I feel like doing, coming on here and entertaining myself or
Right.
whoever likes me. So some of them they do it to, pretty much discredit you or to make you seem like less than or that oh, they're not important, So
Right.
they're trying to not
Because remember
send
when
any kind of
Dovey,
traffic your way and
right.
stuff. But
Remember
I'm
when
not looking for that kind of traffic, you see?
Remember when I was on your panel and Dovey attacked me from your chat? She mentioned that I was uncounted. Remember? And that's her
Ooh.
her words. Yeah, like
This is an ongoing
verbatim.
thing.
Yeah.
They already
So
made their assessment of people already.
like
So
exactly. And I never even threw a stone. I just offered a question that day. But yeah, that seems to be. I don't know what they think that's going to do. But here's the thing. I don't look for anyone to like approve whether I'm from the B sector or not. I know where I'm from. But here's the thing. That's not even a big part of what I read at all. So like I could say fuck the B sector. I'm still going to be here though. Not a bitch or a bastard going to
yeah,
phase me. Yeah,
And the
what the
content
fuck you
doesn't
talking about? They
necessarily
got me fucked up. Yeah, they got
the
me fucked up.
content.
They don't even know me.
Yeah, man, your content isn't only necessarily beef sector related because you do a little bit of celebrity here and there. You talk about different topics and stuff. You see what I'm saying? You give your opinions and different stuff. So it's not all beef sector material. So your material doesn't necessarily have to go to the audience out here. But of course,
Um,
at the core, you're over here. So you may talk about stuff over here from time to time. You see what I'm saying? I see that you do stuff from the entertainment sector and have just discussions in general. You do even karaoke, you do different stuff over here. But at the same time, some of the people who claim to be like the gateholders or the gatekeepers or whoever they think they are over here, they think by diminishing what your contribution makes them look better. They don't want people to even acknowledge that you're there as a content creator. And I don't see why, because at the end of the day, everybody can win or everybody can get their piece of the pie over here,
mhm.
whatever their pie is. My pie is just entertainment. You see, that's just me. But
um, um, uh,
Latasha is
give me a
normally
second. Give me a second.
okay.
I do. I want you to remember your point. You said Latasha normally. But young MIA, you're in my chat. Let me make sure. Okay, you didn't say hello, so I'm checking. And then you're telling me you shouldn't even take Tracy serious. Let me have my relationship that I have with Tracy, and just stay out of it.
Hey, Lavon. Yeah, but like I was saying, Latasha normally is a nice person in the chat, so I'm not sure what happened if she's confusing you with someone, because she's been around for a long time and she does support. And she loves the beef sector from what I see. She's normally very nice in the chats and stuff. So that day when she said that you were in beef sector or whatever, I wasn't getting it. So I was saying maybe she has you confused with somebody, or she doesn't realize that you've been around for a while. And the fact that she's also over by, the lady you mod for over there that you just mentioned her name. Um, so she should know that you're around because you've always been there,
She does.
supporting.
If you ask me,
So
she does, but that's the narrative she's pushing because she wants people to think that I'm not from here, which is why she keeps repeating it, despite me telling her. I already told her in the past too how long I've been here. So when she did it tonight, she knew that because I told her over in your platform I had mentioned 4.5 years. So yeah. So she
yeah,
knows.
you've been here.
To me, it's a game, but she's ill fit. She is not fit to even judge me, and she can't tell me shit about where I'm from. Okay, but she's pushing the envelope, and she's coming off as those women here that have daddy issues. You know what I mean, or who are male identifying.
Ooh, the male identified work.
Okay,
Latasha, if you're in here, you could drop down so we could talk about it in the chat,
or the
and see
link.
what's going.
Yeah, but
I don't
but
think
she's
that's
not
how
gonna
people
show
use
up
links.
because she's a very deceitful, dishonest person. But yeah, I'll let her up. But she wouldn't come
Maybe,
up
maybe you
because
guys can talk about it real quick, because maybe it's not that serious. Maybe she's just, somebody once they feel something and they're
you
just
know
adamant that,
if
this is how it
she don't
is.
click links. I urged her to have the conversation with me over on your platform, and she wouldn't click the link. She was satisfied with just calling me a liar repeatedly over and over in your chat when in fact, she was the big liar. Like this shit
Sometimes
is
when you
crazy
have,
to me.
sometimes when
Like
you
how
have
people
something
are
in your
obsessed with
head,
me. Yeah,
sometimes
like
when you have something in your head, it doesn't just go away. That you're just resolute. You're just like, listen, this is what I feel. This is how it is. But a little talking over never,
yeah.
never hurts. So I'm pretty sure it's something that could clear up, like, you know, easily. So if you're
Yeah.
here, Latasha, drop down in the chat. Let's talk about it. Because sometimes it's just a very simple misunderstanding, and then everybody was like, okay, you're trying to do this to me, or she'll be like, I definitely don't know you, you're an imposter, whatever. I don't know, but she normally really, like Levon says, which is true, she normally does support the beef sector. She's a, yeah. a big
Um,
supporter in the beef sector. So I don't know
I
how she
would
doesn't
I would add
recognize
this.
you.
I would add this respectfully, just to challenge Levon and you, because you said the same thing a little earlier. She normally does that with the people she likes. That I want to add that part that she likes, and that's the whole thing. But this is deliberate. This is not a coincidence, and there's a pattern
Yeah.
with this.
Yeah,
And she's
and you mentioned
dishonest.
that it
Yeah, like
started over by Brianna.
yeah.
So it's been like more than one platforms, Brianna, my platform, and you said she came over. Did it happen over here too? Oh,
You know
and
what happened to Tracy's
Tracy,
tonight.
Tracy.
Yeah.
So that's three different platforms that it happened. So I don't know if because she subscribed to you late, she's of the opinion that no, you're new, you're just coming around here without even remembering that okay, he's been around, he's always been around in the chat,
You
always been
said
around when
that,
he
but
clicks.
listen, you said that then. Well, I said that then on your platform, and you confirmed it. Why would Tracy have to repeat that to her again tonight?
That's what I'm
And
saying. If
back
Tracy
back in
repeated it to her,
back in Brianna's chat, which was the first time when she offered the question, I told her then. So no, like I know y'all wanted to say misunderstanding to sound diplomatic, but really I'm not
no,
there. I'm
no,
past
you
that.
ain't.
Like yeah, like I know it. I
you're saying
see her.
you're saying the fact
Yeah.
that she's still saying it at this point. It's no longer a
Right. She
misunderstanding.
thinks
She
y'all not
she thinks
logging
she's
and
correct.
that I'm only
Right.
noticing it. But I've been bringing
Yeah.
out the receipts. Even when I did the live, remember on your platform, she was like, well, where's the video? As if I could just whip it up then. Like, but my very next live, I put her name in the title and I showed the receipts and everybody showed up but her. But she probably was like in the clouds and shit, crying. Like and worrying and shit like that. But yeah, I'm going to come if I
And you were
come
and
out
you
there,
were
I'm
and
going to
you were
come.
being nice, telling her, like what to do with the tape over the eyes and stuff, and even that didn't work.
Yeah. Oh, I was so nice then. I was very calm because I have some, the personal shit that I have going on. So
Yeah.
I'm working with myself. So I was like very nice. I was short and brief, but I just, I did it in a way that everybody can look for themselves. And then after, so I had dropped off, but then after that, she had mentioned the comment that I made, and I said, "Oh, she's talking about that comment." So I
So
clicked
she
the
remembers.
no, 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 no. The comment I made about the tape eyes. So that's what
Oh.
she's talking about. Something that Tracy came up with tonight. I told you about the mannequin that scares Tracy when she walks into a room.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Tracy has a mannequin that she put her wigs
I
on.
got that mixed up.
Yeah. And it's a black mannequin, and she mentioned it today. And it was just on the like whatever, like them roaming conversations we had over there. And she was saying sometimes she may walk into a dark room not even thinking about the mannequin, and she'll see like these big white eyes from this black mannequin or whatever. So and I had suggested to Tracy you should put tape over the mannequin's eyes, so it won't start it. Like you know what I mean? Like you go into the dark. And somehow
Yeah.
Latasha began saying that that comment that I made towards Tracy's commentary was towards her. But how could
No.
yeah? It was just
I
a
wasn't there, and I
blatant
don't
lie.
think that would be.
If you look at her previous comment, you would see that it's not even a match. There's no way it could be towards her. And then the fact that I don't even know what she looks like. Even on your platform,
Yeah.
I urged her to click the link and she wouldn't. She wanted to banter
Yeah.
from the chat. Some people are petty like that and miserable like that. So
Yeah, I
yeah.
don't see how that would. I wasn't there, but I don't see how that would be geared towards her because you don't know what she looks like. You've never had a discussion with her. You don't know what her
Hey.
eyes look like, so you wouldn't be saying that. So, like something like that, I don't think you would have
Mm-hmm.
directed something like that towards her. No.
Yeah, she was like, your mind is bothering me, and I'm thinking like, yeah, I can't wait to for her to mention it. And I'm even thinking she's talking about me. I'm like, what? I didn't even preface this woman. But I do log her because I do see her around. Like ever since she began fucking, I caught on to it. Like her slip is showing, skid marks and all.
Is that a part
Her
of the
slip is
reason?
showing.
Is that a part of the reason for your title?
You ain't gonna
For
play in
your
my
next
face.
live? Uh huh.
Yeah,
Okay, I got it.
yeah. It's like I see you. Like, and I'm gonna be on it every time you do this shit. Like, I'm going to produce a
No
lot
you.
as soon as I can. Yeah.
No you.
I don't
Okay.
understand what her end game is, but she needs to give it up. Like, the jig is up. Like, put that shit away. That shit is tight.
Yeah, and Latasha, if you're
Especially
listening,
accusing me of doing
Yamin,
shit. Yeah. Like, stop lying on me.
Latasha, if you're listening, Yamin doesn't normally go, at people like that unless they go at him, and also he's been around for a long time. He's been supporting the beef sector for quite a long time, so I don't think he would intentionally want to go at you for no reason. He wouldn't have a reason to. So you guys would
No.
be cool. You guys would be cool at like something like this
Right.
doesn't have to go too far.
Right. And I was, and I'm talking about the early, going back to Brianna's chat. I was so open to conversation because she started out saying, "Hey, I subscribe to you." I'm not going to ignore that. But I think, in retrospect, I now think, or in hindsight, because she's not subscribed to me. I think she said that over in your platform, and that fucked me up too. That threw me off because I'm like, then why did she tell me that? Because I know she told me that. Also, also remember on your platform I mentioned the conversation between the hearts that I use golden hearts and so does she. Remember that?
Uh huh.
She confronted me about that. And like egoism when it's like in children. I'm talking about like in the early toddler stage, like when they're like 3 and 4, and they could grasp the concept that they have a mother, but they don't grasp the concept that their mother has a mother.
That
Or they can
yeah.
grasp the concept that their name is Dejanay, but when they meet someone else and their name Dejanay, they be like, "No, you're not
They say
Dejanay.
no.
I'm Dejanay." Like this is how she was about these hearts, and she was like, "I use the golden heart. Well, so do I." Yeah, like,
That's crazy.
are
I
you
use
okay?
golden hearts too. What's her name?
Yeah,
Is it Deidre? Deirdre. Does Deirdre use golden hearts
yeah.
too? I think.
Because either she's real bored or
I don't think
maybe she
so.
can benefit from them roses. You know what the rose is, or bedroom by Candy or some shit like
Oh
that.
Lord. Oh Lord. Let me
Yes.
mute. Let me
Like,
mute.
get off of me. Get your yucky ass paws, Haggerty paws the fuck off of me. Okay? Or as Grandpa Glitterboots would say, me, you wanna leave me the fuck alone. Right?
Yeah. Every time I hear. Man, that man is a character. Oh,
Hey, I didn't mean to be rude. Young MIA, no problem. I see that you said you apologize, no problem. How are you doing, Levon? And how are you as really blessed? Thanks for dropping in. Yeah. So that was kind of it. And that's all. So I just wanted to let her know that I see you, and I've been logging. I haven't, because I figured like it was just a matter of time. Like I don't forget shit. Like I just addressed something that was like over 3 years old. Like a week ago with what is his name? Beefing 313. Troy Allen. Yeah, like I'll connect shit.
you say you don't forget stuff, and you're gonna put
Yeah, and I will connect.
piece everything together.
Right.
You're gonna piece everything together.
Yeah.
You're gonna remember. Oh,
I'm
we
like,
spoke a
maybe
month
you
ago.
said.
Ooh, and then he saw me a month after, and he said this. Ooh,
Okay.
you know, I got it. But what happened with you and Beef in 313 though? Cause I
Well,
don't, I don't know about that one.
well, you know that I'm the first person to say same gender loving here in this sector,
Mm,
and so
yeah.
when I said it, it was a lot of content creators that attacked me. He was one of them, and he was saying his argument. One of his arguments towards me was that it's not really a thing and it's not legitimate. However, if you listen to his recent like responses to past, he's saying same gender love, and it's now legitimized to him. So my only,
Yeah.
I'm pointing out to Troy that's a retraction from the energy that you brought to me. So I'm like, is it safe to say you now caught up with me, and is it safe to say that you now see it as a legitimate
You
term?
accepted it.
That's all. That's it. That's all. Because he never caught up with me. Like he was attacking. And I don't even know why, because I didn't say he was same gender loving. I identify myself. I never understand how people take issue with how I identify myself. I don't get this. But yeah, I didn't say
And
he
I bet he
was.
forgot. I bet he forgot he had mentioned that to you, and
No,
telling you
he
that
don't.
that's not
No, he
okay.
didn't.
He did.
Trust me, because
Okay, he
it
did.
kind of came up some years afterwards, and he remembered it all. But the way I just didn't like the way he explained it. But it happened on So this one I was over at DKL's, and this before I was a content creator, and it came up then. And
Well,
he remembered it all, but the way he explained it to them, I didn't like it because he made my reaction to what he did to me the point of conflict. But the point of conflict really was him taking issue with how I identify myself. Are you okay? Is he okay? He can't be. So and saying that it was something that I made up on the fly and shit like that. Nah, you got the wrong person. Sorry. Like just because it's your first
well,
time,
Pasa has
yeah, like
well now
yeah,
Pasa has made sure that everybody now knows that term,
yeah.
same gender loving, because he says it so often when he just heard the term. So he said it so often now it's like a regular thing.
But it's not just that.
And
It's because of
so
his reach and also the regard that people have for him.
for him,
Because
right,
I was
right.
saying it years before he even acknowledged that he was non-hetero.
And where did he hear it? Ow.
So yeah,
So Pasa heard you saying it over here. You may
of
have also
course.
mentioned it over by Duchess's
Yeah,
panel
but it's the
also.
whole thing. He be
And
like,
he ran
when
with the
people bring
term.
me up, he be like, who, what, who,
Those
yeah.
who know,
He be like,
those
who
who
is
know,
you?
they
Yeah,
know.
me, and all this shit. Like, oh, I never heard that. Is you saying y'all mean or me? Like, you act like you never heard of me, and I'm like, dude, like everybody know you still from me. Like, stop it.
Content creators tend to do that. They steal from other people, take other people's sayings and stuff, and then they act like they don't know you after. Like, you don't even have to acknowledge me. To be honest, I don't care. It's none of your
Mm-hmm.
business. But they say
It
they
takes.
don't watch you. They say they don't watch you, y'all. Main half of the time they're up there in your clouds. You hear me? Half of the
Mm-hmm.
time they're up there in your clouds listening. So they claim they don't know you.
They on the
You
replay.
know, right?
on the
The
on the
moment the
replay.
mo the moment you go live, apart from them coming on the replay, the moment you go live, they know they come over and peep in your clouds. But then they act like they're so better than, or they're too, elitist. They're too elite to go around going to other people's channels with less than their numbers. But at the end of the day, you started off with these low numbers. What if other people were saying that about you, or other content creators didn't want to give you the time of day because you had low numbers? You know what I'm saying? But who cares?
Mm-hmm. And I still have it.
Who cares?
But
Who
but it's
cares?
growing. And my subscriber base, hey, I'm almost there. I'm almost
I
there.
saw that. I saw that. I was like, you go, you Yamain. You have like 100 and something more, and then you'll be at your thousand. So that's cool. So
And
you
I'll
know
be
what I'm
so
saying?
happy too.
Slow and steady is okay.
Right, because no one's gonna confront me and tell them that they're responsible for giving it to me, So
Exactly. Exactly. You don't want to feel like you're indebted to other people, because once people, help you to get to that number, they're going to always hold it over your head. So get
yeah.
your subscribers organically, and those are the ones who tend to stay, not the ones who
Hmm.
are the sheeps who go where, a content creator tells them to go and whatever. The ones
Now
who like
these
you, they'll stick around.
Now, of course, these aren't large numbers because I'm a small channel, right? But when you look at the analytics, like I have people that stay up with me from UK and Canada. So I and
Yeah.
I don't really get Jamaica anymore, but I used to get Jamaica. So,
I looked at my analytics one day. Well, of course, most of the people are from the US, but most of the people who watch are from. Hold on, let me go find it real quick. Keep talking. I was so shocked, but it's mostly from European countries and a few
really?
from Jamaica. I was like, what? Yeah, you got Canada. Well, Canada is not a European country, but Canada was also included. But most of my numbers are from European countries and a few African countries too.
You know, I got a few Philippines, right? Okay.
Oh yeah, you know we can't. We there's. Let me go back and look at my. Let me go back and look. It's crazy though. Globalization is a thing, and it's nice knowing that you have people from all walks of life, all over the world that listen to you. That is it's really nice knowing because you
Yeah.
get to meet people with different cultures and different ideas and stuff. So it's cool.
Some of this understood people have really like shown me love, and of course the pieces have, like, it's like my second home, and really it's me and your beginning. Like, this is where I know you from. So
Yeah, this is where I know you from. You're always over by Tracy's and of course over by Duchess. But I know you from over by Tracy's.
yes, yes, yes. So I don't know if you have anything else to say, but thank you so much for the conversation. But I'm about to bail out if you don't have anything else.
Oh no, I'm cool. That's it. I just came on here to keep you company and stuff. And well, to agree with what you were saying, about the whole VS thing, I agreed with your comments. The parts that
Anything else about that? And or I did see you over at the colorism place. I did, because I dropped in. That was
I
my
didn't
first time too. Dropping
I
in her
didn't
chat.
stay too long because I fell asleep after that. But the conversation started over by Ronnie Q, and then um then it went over to the Miss. Well, surprisingly, while Ronnie Q was doing her live, and the conversation was happening about this whole colorism thing, um, VS went and struck up a live to talk about colorism. I'm like, how coincidental is that? That means she was over there in the bushes because where did that the title of her video just happened to be related to what Ronnie Q was and her panel was discussing and the whole chat was discussing. Um, I have my feelings about this whole colorism thing, like I expressed last night over there by the MSO. I didn't watch the entire thing over by Pizarro because I noticed when I went and clicked back in there, the conversation was getting heated, and I'm like, at the end of the day, I've said it before, I'll say it again. We're all black people. Colorism is a thing that was constructed by you know who the our oppressors. You see what I'm saying? By our oppressors. Doing this whole thing where people are placed in different value systems. You see what I'm saying? Based on their color, who is more, closer to the white race, that, the lighter skin you are. So it actually is one of the reasons why we are the way we are today, unfortunately, because of the same oppressors who put this in place from the days of slavery. And at this point, there's no reason why we as black people should be still, you know, looking down on on darker skinned people. You see what I'm saying? There's no reason for us to be, as to be against other people because their skin tone may be lighter. Like, all those things don't matter at the end of the day. I get it that everybody has had their share of privilege or not, or, negative experiences and stuff. But
Hmm.
at the end of the day, we're all black people. That's my thing.
Yeah.
At the end of the day,
It's
we're all black. At the end of the day, all these Karens and Kens see us as one thing, which is blackity black, and they don't like us. So we should not be, spreading hate against each other at all. So I was pretty
yeah.
much trying to suggest, if it's not too much, because I don't necessarily like the topic. But if it's not too, oh, you can't hear me. Is my
I can
audio
hear you.
still low?
I can hear you.
Let me turn it up. Hold on. Esri says she can barely hear
How's
me.
my audio?
Yours is pretty clear.
Oh, well, let me get this in. You mentioned that VS had did a topic on colorism. I didn't know about it, but
She went
I
live
had
on Ronnie Q.
say it one more time.
She went live over Ronnie Q because Ronnie Q was doing it on her panel, and While her live was going on, we just saw VS came on with the same thing. Well, a similar topic.
So Ronnie Q had the topic first.
Right. So it started over by Ronnie
Mm.
Q. The whole
And she,
discussion. There was V Lenore, there was Nina, there was Lavon was up there at one point. There were quite a number of people. Kwani, Miss Olivia, a lot of people, clicked and gave their point of view and stuff. But
interesting.
yeah, then it ended up so there. Then she started her live, but I didn't stay over there because I was by Ronnie Q. But then the Miss O went live to address the situation because the thing is everybody who sees the Miss O, the first thing they think about, oh, she's always whining about colorism or whining, but I don't want for everybody whenever they see her to think that that's just what she represents because half of the time it's people who say things to her and then she responds that makes it seem as if she's always whining and stuff. Sometimes she
More
doesn't
more
say
than half the time. More than half the time,
exactly.
she's just reacting and responding.
Exactly. And like yesterday, I don't even think she knew about half of the whole thing about Pizarro wanting to have the discussion. She basically heard about the whole plan. She's like, why didn't anybody, like at me to let me know that this discussion was going to happen and where and all of this stuff. So it's not like she knew like everything about the whole discussion and whatever. And the whole thing is that I've heard, I didn't hear it for myself, that basically they were like, oh, she can come, or this person can come, or this Nina can come, or oh, if she does come, she has to sit and behave a particular type of way. I didn't hear it for myself, but I heard the discussion surrounding it, and I'm like, already there, you can tell the type of attitude or how she's gonna be treated when she does in fact come up.
I want to
If
get
she
a
was supposed to be a part of it.
I want to get an opinion. I have heard like the little stipulation that Nina cannot come along, and the first thought that came to my head is people was threatened by her.
By Nina's passion for the subject, right?
And yeah, she's sharp.
Yeah. At the end of the day, I was suggesting, and I may do it, I may not, because I'm not necessarily the topic. To me, it always brings out emotions, and people get upset with each other and stuff for no reason. Because at the end of the day, we're all black, like I said. Um, One of the things that I was trying to say to the Miss O as well as Pizarro, put a spin on this whole colorism conversation. Um, just invite people of different shades to tell, some of the different hues to come up, tell some of the different colorist experiences they've had, instead of making it this argument or this debate against each other, showing us up and letting people get all overworked and, emotional and cussing each other out. Just come on and share your experiences. And then at the end of that, to wrap it all up, just be like, okay, at the end of the day, we've experienced all of that, but we should come to the agreement that we're all black people and we should all love each other. It's just, or respect that, even if we don't like each other, because this is the beef sector where people are always arguing with each other. But at the end of the day, we're all black. That's just the main point. And what your experience doesn't mean that other people's experience were less than or they didn't experience other harsh things because they weren't as dark as you. So it doesn't have to be like a negative conversation. That's all I'm trying to say. The conversation does not have to be negative. Share your
Yeah,
experiences and then come to the whole agreement that we're all black people and we should respect and love the fact that we come in different shades, and this whole institution of colorism was not something that the blacks created, and it's unfortunate that some people are still using that whole system of or colonizers or oppressors, you know,
it's
and
a high.
treating each other that way.
It's a hierarchy, and like some certain groups and places around the world, they have caste systems, and it's not just in one place. But
Yeah.
yeah,
So a lot of people are pretty much tired of the whole discussion about colorism. I get it. I do. But it doesn't always have to be negative. That's my point. It doesn't always have to be a negative thing.
I would keep it out there though. Here's the thing, like Like if I was the type of person that people blame me for talking about all the time, and I knew that I was reacting, I would keep it out there because here's the thing: like if you tired of me talking about it, speak to those who are perpetuating it, and
Exactly.
then you don't have to hear me talk about it. You don't have to hear me call it out. So I would keep my foot on that.
Yeah, how people don't want to accept the fact that they're the ones who say stuff at her all the time, most times, and she responds, and they know how she's gonna respond, and that's why they continue
Right.
doing it. Because she's basically just saying, I'm gonna defend myself. How dare you tell me how I'm supposed to respond when people are doing stuff to upset me? How dare
Mhm.
you? So, and you're basically, some people are trying to tell her how to respond to things that affect her when she can't tell them how to respond to stuff that they respond to in the chats. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So I kind of get her frustration at times. Sometimes she doesn't have to answer, but sometimes it's okay if she wants to defend herself. She's gonna do it.
Now, you mentioned that BS had did that or a topic like colorism or related to colorism. I don't know if I would have been like running over there, especially when like recently I heard her like attack a man who she didn't know that happened to be with someone that she didn't like, and she called him an African booty scratcher multiple times.
Oh, I did
So
hear that.
yeah,
I
and it
did
was
hear
so it
that.
was unwarranted too. It was unprovoked, and so
Yeah, I
yeah,
did hear that.
so yeah, it's like I'm good.
That's the
Like I doubt if I
that's
want
the
to hear
first
you.
thing that pops
Yeah,
up.
like I doubt if I want to hear you broach the topic of colorism. I'm good.
Right, African booty scratcher. That in itself tells you, it's unfortunate
It was
sometimes.
unnecessary.
Yeah, you got people over here telling people to go bathe in bleach and stuff, and they don't say anything about it. Why do people not remember people mentioning that somebody should go bathe in bleach just because they're not the same complexion as they are? You don't do these things and then talk about how she's always doing this or always coming up and talking about colorism when you guys, well, not you guys, when you have people who are here poking others, because of that, we cannot change our complexion. We were born this way, apart from those who go bleaching their skin. But we were born this way, and there's like nothing you could actually do to change the way you are. We just gotta appreciate ourselves, love our melanin, and just live and be black, die black. That's it. That's it.
Yeah, and stop
All right.
treating it like it's a curse. You know.
Yeah. But that's it for the. I'm gonna go because you said you were wrapping up.
Thank you
So
so
I'm
much.
just gonna.
Okay, thank
Yeah.
you so much,
Thank you for
Carrie.
having
I
me.
appreciate it.
I
It's
appreciate
not,
you.
yeah, it's not every month that someone clicks my lane. Not even every month. So, yeah, thank you so
Sometimes you're
much.
on here late and I don't catch you,
Right.
or my background is too noisy, or I can't be waking speakers.
Hmm.
So I just stick in the chat or in the clouds when I'm over here. All right, y'all, man. Bye.
Thank you. And I have such a small channel, you guys, that I tell myself if I ever picked up a new mod, I'm gonna like make sure there's someone that click links, and that community. Because I mean, I have my, but most of them don't click links. It's not like to pressure them. But thank you so much, Carrie, for joining me. But I was wondering, what's her name, Latasha Phillips, okay? Um, if she appeared like this, since she thought I was talking about her eyes. So I was wondering about that. And I am out of here. You guys, let's see. I got it. I guess it wouldn't play for me. So thank you guys so much, everybody who dropped in, even those who are in the skybox. Next live, I urge you guys to drop in and engage with me and acquaint yourself with me. I don't bite unless I'm matching energy. That's my norm. All right, so I'm gonna get off of here, you guys. Please subscribe to my channel too. Trying to get these numbers up, and I am on the journey to 1,000. Let's get it, y'all.
Thank you for watching and subscribe to my channel.